Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands.
All right, guys, welcome to Movie Talk, Movie Reviews and Trailers. I'm Joe Zapata. We are back again, brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. We got a great show for you today. We're going to talk a little bit about Jessica Jones. We got a Blade, what's going on with Blade, and we got an Ironheart trailer that dropped. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's introduce the team. We got Dave, DC Callari. What's up, Dave?
What up? I thought we got hijacked before. I was like, what is happening with the intro?
And then we got the screenwriter, Rob Alvarenga. What's up, Rob?
Hey, what's going on, man? Super excited for tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the intro changed up. We did a commercial for Ace Sunglasses and stuff, trying to get a little bit more with them going on and everything.
Awesome.
But all right, guys. But before we start, I actually wanted to mention we actually just recently, I think it was Tuesday, we had the passing of George Wendt, who from Cheers played Norm on Cheers. Now, I did watch that show as a child, so I don't know if you guys did. You guys watch that show?
Yep.
Any chance? Yeah. So I just
I did.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad show. I mean, with Woody and everything. So just wanted to mention the passing of George Wendt. I think he was 76, passed away in his sleep. So my condolences to the family.
Rest in peace.
All right, let's get started, man. So first of all, Jessica Jones, Daredevil. We had season 1 passed. Great season. Daredevil Born Again. Loved it. They're filming season 2. And now it got word out. The word is out that Kristen Ritter, cast in Daredevil Born Again as Jessica Jones, is coming back. So with her coming back, what does this mean? And I'll start off with Rob. What do you think about Jessica Jones coming back? Are you excited for this?
Super excited. We kind of talked about this one with our last review of the last episode of Daredevil, that we kind of all sort of expected the Defenders to show up, at least somebody, kind of a prelude to what would be season 2. So this news, it's a welcome surprise, because we weren't, we didn't have any official word on it. But at the same time, we were kind of expecting, like, you can't go into season 2 the way season 1 ended and not have the Defenders. And I mean, I love Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones. I thought she killed it in that series. And my initial thoughts too is, great, she's on. But if you're going to have her, you got to have Luke Cage. So Michael Coulter can't be far behind.
That's what I was thinking myself. Dave, what did you think about Jessica Jones coming back?
I like it.
MCU. You like it?
I think that the Netflix. I don't think the Netflix stuff gets the credit it kind of deserves, especially after some of the not so great Disney Marvel stuff we've gotten. Obviously, Daredevil was great. I think the Jessica Jones series was good. Punisher was good. Luke Cage, I heard was very good. I couldn't get into it. And Iron Fist. Whatever. But I'm glad to see that she'll be back. Now the curious thing will be how much of the, like, her original story stuff are they gonna carry over? Like whatever happened in the Defenders, like how much of that will be mentioned, or maybe they won't mention it at all. You don't have to, because I think if you made it this far, you kind of understand where the characters are, and you should be okay with wherever the story's taking place.
Yeah,
but I like to see it, and hopefully Rob is right that at the very least, at least Luke Cage and maybe another iteration of Iron Fist is on its way.
Yeah, the way they left season 1 on Daredevil, he needed help.
Yeah,
and I saw some leaks with him wearing the black suit with the DD on it, which is pretty cool, So I think it'll be really nice to see Jessica Jones in there helping out. I didn't watch the series too much with her in it, so I don't really know how good it was, but I do know a little bit about her powers and stuff. But I guess we'll wait and see what happens. When does it debut? Daredevil season 2? Is it? I
think it's a year from now.
It's another year away.
Another
year away. All right. Well, another year away, and we'll have to wait and see. All right. So guys, in 2019, Kevin Feige did a Comic-Con. When he got up there, these are the movies he announced. He announced Eternals, Doctor Strange 2, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Widow, a Falcon and Winter Soldier series, Hawkeye series, and also a Blade movie. Now, here we are, 2025, and they are still, as reports are saying, still having issues finding a director for Blade. So, Dave, I'm going to start with you. We kind of got a little bit of Blade in Daredevil. I mean, in Deadpool, Wolverine, a little OG stuff. But everyone is waiting for this new Blade reboot or whatever. Is it going to happen? And are you looking forward to it?
Well, the interesting thing is, so that little clip you just showed, it says one thing is staying the same, and the one thing is that's staying the same is it's not a real movie. It's not happening. I really don't know. I at this point now that they gave us Wesley in Deadpool and Wolverine, and we saw that he's still clearly capable of being the character, I'd rather see them retool it into having him come back. Especially now at this point, like it's been so long. I didn't think it would take this long to write a straight up vampire movie.
Mhm.
I don't know if a solo movie happens. If it
Yeah.
does, great. But I would also be okay if you brought him back in bring Wesley back in supporting roles, much
Mhm.
like well, I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Rob, what do you think? You think we're going to get this Blade movie, or think that's going to be scrapped?
I think it's honestly my gut feeling is that this thing's already scrapped, but they're just kind of biding their time. But prior to the show, I was just catching up because it's been a while since I read anything about the Blade movie with Mahershala Ali, and I mean personally, just on a side note, I was really looking forward to see what Mahershala got for this role. I thought he would have been a great Blade.
Mhm.
And I kind of like saw, what some ideas of what the story might have been, but what really caught my eye was at one point, this actor Delroy Lindo, who's recently just starred in Sinners,
Mhm.
he was cast in this movie, and he was excited. He thought it was just going to be really innovative with what they were doing with Blade. It's going to be a period piece, maybe harken back to his real origins, like going back to when Blade wasn't a vampire to begin with in the comic books. But he said after a month, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, he said they went off the rails, and then he left. And
Wow.
the costume designers echo a lot of the same things. If you got like a respected actor like Delroy Lindo just saying I'm out of here,
Mhm.
that's just not a good sign overall. It seems like the only two people still associated with this movie is Kevin Feige, who keeps promising there'll be a Blade movie, and writings that Mahershala Ali is still involved, which honestly I don't even know if he is.
Mhm. Yeah.
It just sucks. It's too much bad vibes. It should not take 6 years to bring about a Blade movie. It doesn't
No.
have to fit into the MCU the way it is now.
Mhm.
It could be its own standalone thing. I think they should have just stuck with that. But at this point, I think they're just out of time.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, by the time they actually probably film this movie, Mahershala Ali will probably be like 90. He might even be a vampire by then, because I mean, then nothing's gonna happen. He's getting
He-
older,
he's not a spring
So
chicken.
no, he's not gonna be able to fill that role, and we might as well just drop it. I think people are gonna forget about it by the time it starts really coming around, because we got Avengers coming and all this other stuff. But probably Blade, I think, is gonna be dropped. That's my gut feeling.
Sucks.
They
Yeah.
should just be smart, give it a couple of years, and try to put together a really great Night Stalkers movie.
Oh yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
That'd be
Or
pretty cool.
Midnight Suns. We could bring in Midnight Suns. I mean,
Midnight Sun would be cool too.
Figure out a way to get Ghost Rider in here. Dan Ketchum,
oh,
a good Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
and then
100%.
make it more monstery, just like their werewolf
Werewolf.
one they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
That sucks because you know what? They had an avenue for that too. That the Marvel special presentation.
Yep.
Put them in there. What
Yeah.
it fits.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that would have been good opportunity to at least do something with him. But we'll wait and see. I don't think nothing's going to happen. It's going to be a long time away.
If you don't use Mahershala Ali, that's fine because it's been so long. If you're not going to use Wesley Snipes after we saw him, also fine. So just rebuild it from the ground up with something different.
100% agree. 100% agree. All right, the next thing we had a trailer that dropped, and it was the Ironheart trailer, and I actually forgot about this was coming out on Disney Plus. To be honest with you, like I totally forgot about this. You know, she made her appearance in Black Panther 2. I wasn't really crazy about the character, and to be honest with you, I'm not really crazy about the series. People like the trailer, people don't like the trailer. I don't know. Rob, I'll start with you. Do you like this character? Do you like this trailer? What did you think about this?
In all honesty, first the character. I'm not 100% a fan of Ironheart, especially this like iteration that of her in the MCU. I mean, I think they just missed the boat because in the comic books, the big piece of with that character is that she was supposed to be Tony Stark's protege, and that was kind of the natural succession, for her being, taking up the Iron Man mantle. But with the storyline, the way MCU just unfolded, obviously that was not going to happen. And just to have the character alone, it's just not enough. I mean, she was a bit player. Honestly, I felt she was shoehorned in Black Panther 2. I mean, honestly, outside of the one little role that she filled for the storyline, honestly, you tend to forget that she's in the movie.
Yeah, 100%.
And the trailer, I mean, look, it's a solid trailer. It's a solid Disney Plus trailer. It has some cool elements because I like the villain, which
the Hood.
The Hood. Thank you. Yeah, the Hood. He's a newer character, but once I kind of looked into it, seems interesting. But I just don't know if Riri Williams is the way she's been put together can carry a series. I don't know. I think this thing's set up to fail, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Dave, what do you think about this this show? You like it? You like the trailer? What do you think about it?
Well, I'm definitely not in the raging racists that all downvoted the YouTube trailer. But I agree with Rob. So like it looks okay, like aesthetically it looks fine. Does it look particularly interesting? It looks like just a more drawn out story of what her appearance in Black Panther was. Without the connection to Stark, it's hard to get interested in it. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Are you gonna watch it?
I saw a lot of people being like, nobody asked for this. And it's like, yeah, nobody asked for a lot of the stuff that we got. Some of it was not great, and some of it was good. Like this is just another taking a swing. Where it's something they've been talking about for a while, but like, where's Armor Wars? Like that's most likely going to be more interesting than this. But I think the suit looks better. Like there's some aspects of it that look better than what we got in Black Panther. So there's that.
Are you gonna watch it?
I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. I think people really want Tony Stark back, and they really miss that character. So I'm not sure people are crazy about this character, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think, and that's not to say the character isn't good or the story can't be interesting. It's just being what it is. Downey's portrayal of Iron Man. It's just a tough thing to follow, especially when you're taking that part. If there was some kind of connection, the same way Holland's Peter Parker had that connection, it would be a different story. It'd be a different story. There'd be a lot more story. Just a lot more heartfelt, like fan caring about it.
I got one though. I mean, I was reading something. Someone had a great idea. If Riri Williams was the character in Iron Man 3 instead of that kid, that was kind of like he looked like a perfect protege for him, and just pulled it off. They kind of like somehow would have created an avenue for her experience there. I believe that was the window.
Yeah, that would have worked. That would have definitely worked. I think that debuts next week. I think on Disney Plus, or I'm sure next month. I'm not sure, but it's coming up. It's coming up very soon.
June 27th, I think.
Yeah, coming up really soon. So we'll wait and see how it does. I don't know if it's gonna do well on Disney Plus, but we'll wait and see. What happens.
They may just try to bury it. Like, I think it's 6 episodes, and 3 of them hit the premiere. So it's only on for 4 weeks.
Also, the first week they're gonna drop all three of them.
3, yeah.
That's brutal.
Wow. I guess they're not really having. Guess it takes a little bit to get speed, and they're gonna just give you all out of the box, give them all to you.
Rush it under the rug.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. So now we're gonna hit the movie mailbag, and we're gonna see what kind of email questions we got. See what people wanted to know. So let's start off here. We got Roger T from Williamsport, PA. He said, "Do you guys think Superman will hit $1 billion?" Okay, I do not think it will, but I don't think it has to. Dave, what about you? Superman hitting $1 billion?
I don't think it will. I don't think it has to. I don't think anything's really capable of hitting $1 billion anymore, sadly. Unless did Minecraft hit that?
Not yet, no.
So the only thing that has in the last couple of years has been Avatar and Mario.
Yeah. The next question actually has, I think, will, but we'll see. Rob, what do you think? You think Superman hits $1 billion?
I'm with Dave on this one. I don't think so. It was a different world back when Marvel really was kind of like pushing out the $1 billion movies, and James Cameron was pushing out these Avatar movies. A lot has changed, and just fiscally and economically, it's just different. I just don't see enough people going out. I mean, they're gonna want to see it. And by the way, I hear that Superman is actually going to come out. Debut online on Prime prior to the opening. I don't know if that rumor is true or not, but if
I heard something about that. Yes, I did hear something.
That is definitely not going to make $1 billion if they're going to do something like that.
What I understand is that Amazon will host actual screenings in theaters exclusive to Prime members.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. But I mean, if it gets 700 is fine for me. 700 is good for me. I think 700 range will be nice.
But also, like, let's think about it, right? Like, that's a slam dunk.
Yeah, that's a slam
dunk.
I
don't think the budget isn't over 200 million.
No.
Right. Like, I feel like some of these movies have come down in their budgets to make them a little bit more realistic in what they need to make back. And it's set, again, if this was 2019, if this movie didn't hit $1 billion, it's a flop, and it's not. But at that point, there was movies making 700, 800, 900 million, and then Endgame with 3. So,
but and you got to remember too. I mean, this is part of the plan, right? It's got to make money. That no question about that. But this is James Gunn's foundation for his entire universe. So as long as this thing doesn't bomb, the movie has to be good enough, well received enough for the fans to be like, okay, you know what? We're all in on the rest of this universe. Whatever you got for us, James, we're going to be there for you. So you got to keep that in mind too. It's got to be good. It's got to be a good movie, period.
That's right. Next question, and this is the one I was going to say, is Tim M from Westwood, New Jersey. Jay-Z and crew, what up? Do you guys think Avengers Doomsday hits $1 billion? Great show, guys. I think Avengers Doomsday will hit $1 billion. And I actually think it maybe could be the best grossing movie of all time, because I think with Stark coming back, Robert Downey Jr. coming back, and then Dr. Doom being a very popular character, I could see this movie doing so well. I think it's going to do $1 billion plus. All right. What about you, Rob? We'll start with you on this one. What do you think?
It has a chance. And the 2 reasons why I think it has a chance. One, Fantastic Four. Whatever happens to that movie, it's literally a direct, launch pad to Doomsday. So depending how that movie is received, it's basically Marvel's got to do what they haven't done in a long time, is where you set up something towards the end of a movie where your mouth is dropped to the floor like, whoa, okay, I need to see where this is going. So I think Fantastic Four is going to try and do that. So however it ends, if it ends like in a cliffhanger, that's gonna help drive people to see what happens in Doomsday. And second, I really think, as far as like the fans, the Marvel fans that grew up with the MCU, I think for me, I feel like there's been they're older, they probably have taken a break from a lot of these movies, Marvel movies coming out in theaters. So, but we haven't had an Avengers movie in forever. So this might be a time where that crowd awakens to be like, okay, they're jumping back in. And that's another factor that could, drive the sales at the box office. So it has a chance. I just think those 2 things, that, the old Marvel MCU heads has got to come through, and Fantastic Four has got to do its job.
Okay. Dave, you think this movie hits $1 billion?
I don't know, but it has to cover Downey's salary and his rider.
You're right. I think he's like 50 something million or something.
I
80
think
million.
I think it has the biggest potential.
Mhm.
Definitely. Rob's got a point. 2018 was right. 2018 was Endgame, so it's been a minute, and
Mhm.
we all know things have been. It's been a roller coaster. Some and the peaks of the roller coaster aren't that high. Um,
Mhm.
I think it. I don't know if it gets a billion. I think it gets pretty close. I think it may stall out in the low nines,
Mm. Okay.
unless
I mean,
unless it's
like,
phenomenal.
yeah. I mean, I think the big draw is going to be Robert Downey Jr. Seeing him as Doctor Doom, people going to be intrigued by him. That's what I think.
And
So I
Rob's
think
right.
that.
If Fantastic Four does its job,
Mhm.
and whatever surprises we may get going up to Doomsday, it it looks good. If Fantastic Four is mediocre, ooh,
Mm. We'll see.
I saw
All right.
15%. Take 15% off the top.
All right. Well, next question from Tommy E. Mawa, New Jersey says, do you think Mackey's role as Cap in Doomsday will be pivotal for him to lead the Avengers and for people to accept him as the new Cap? Dave, I'll start with you. What do you think about Mackey's role in Doomsday? Is this going to be
Well, with the post credits in Thunderbolts sets some kind of narrative up.
correct?
Unfortunately, I feel like they've almost set up the narrative to start off as making him the bad guy with the copyright infringement. But
Mhm.
it's possible, and because everyone's so focused on Downey and what Doctor Doom is going to look like and be, I don't think anyone's even talking about what some of the other storylines might be and what some of the other arcs for the characters might be. So it's totally possible because there is nobody else at this point.
Yeah, I think so. Rob, what do you think about Mackey as Cap in Doomsday? Is his role going to be really a determining factor for people to accept him?
It shouldn't be, because we've seen, we've had, Brave New World, we've had the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, so it's not like, his time in as Captain America has been so fresh and new that either, for me, either you've gotten around it and rallied behind it, or it's just he's never going to live up to Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. So for me, to answer that question, I think honestly, if you haven't embraced them by now, it's going to be you're not really going to embrace them in Doomsday. I think the character will have a pivotal role in the movie. I think he's definitely going to have a huge role in it, because that's what they've promoted, that will be the leader of the Avengers. So but I don't know, if the support is not there now for him as Cap, I'm not sure Doomsday is going to do anything more.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. Next question is from Bobby, Rivervale, New Jersey. Did you guys hear about they're doing a Rambo prequel? I hope Stallone is involved in some way. Thoughts? Yes, I heard about that. And I heard the producers were kind of, open to him coming in. Dave, what did you think about this Rambo prequel? You interested in this?
um,
Oh my God.
it's what do you do? You do his time in Vietnam.
I was thinking that myself. Like, what is,
You know what I mean?
him and Colonel Troutman in Vietnam running
Yeah, I
around?
mean, you could do that. Is there an audience for it? Maybe. Um,
Mm.
but the last few Rambo movies were kind of just you could have slapped an Expendables title on it and you wouldn't have known any different.
Mhm.
Um, so I think the original movies, the original Rambos, kind of got away from what the first one was trying to do.
Mhm.
Uh, if Stallone has some hand in it, it definitely helps. It gives it some credibility, whether
Mhm.
it's he has a writing credit or a producer credit. Like, there's no reason for him to be in it. Um,
No. No,
like,
especially with the prequel. I mean,
yeah, unless even if you aged him down, like it just doesn't work. It's just not going to work.
yeah, it's not
Um,
gonna work.
so I don't. I think we just need some more info on it.
Mhm.
Could be okay. I just, again, this is one of those, who asked for it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is sometimes what happens when IP is just like, well, let's go back to something we haven't done in a long time.
Yeah. Next will be another
Wait,
Rocky prequel.
yeah, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot prequel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these prequels and stuff are kind of a little bit crazy. Let's see, Rob, what do you think about when you heard this Rambo prequel? You interested? You what do you think?
Uh, am I interested to go to a theater and shell out, $20+ for a ticket to see what I've already seen? And with, by the way, with no guarantees that I'm going to see Stallone, because honestly, that's probably going to be one of my only reasons to see it, because just to see what they do if he's going to be in it. But the answer to your question is no. I'm not going to theater to watch this thing. Out of sheer curiosity, yeah. Once it gets into streaming, I'm going to check it out to see like what they did with it. But honestly, what are you going to do? I mean, aside from just finding new and inventive ways to like dismember people, armies by at the hands of Rambo. I mean, I think we've seen just about everything this character is capable of doing. But if they bring in a new actor to be a younger Rambo, what's that really going to do? There's just not enough here to get me enticed to see it. Out of sheer curiosity, on some rando night when I got nothing else to do, kids are asleep, I'll pop it on and see what happens.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if it does, like like if they do a reboot or whatever, they do a prequel and it's really good, like Predator Prey, like something like Prey or something. Like I wouldn't shock me if it does really well and it's pretty good.
Well, like what Rob said, so if we're talking about, like, he wasn't considering the timeline, like when he gets out of, like, his name is John Rambo, so he's already Rambo, but it's the experience of being in Vietnam or the war is what made him what he was, trying to go back to the world. And then he kind of becomes a character of himself as he goes through the later movies. So if you're going to go back and do something like a Vietnam, like we have Full Metal Jacket, we have Platoon and Apocalypse Now, like those are great like ensemble war movies. So if you're going to do that, I feel you kind of have to go in that direction to make it something that people are going to want to see. Because he's not Rambo when he's there. Like his experience afterwards is what makes him what he is.
Yeah, exactly. It's everything that happens to him. I mean, I'm sure they'll have scenes of him being tortured or something, whatever, that made him who he was. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? We'll wait and see what happens. I mean, there's still early talks, but the producers did say, last thing I saw, that they were open to Stallone coming in as some sort of direction writer or helping him with something. They were open to that, but he can't star in it.
If they wanted to do something.
Yeah, exactly. But he can't star in it, not at this age. All right, guys. Well, the next one we're going to do is obviously we're going to do that favorite part of Rob's. He gets his panic attack. Name that movie. All right.
Horrible.
All right. Let's see, Rob. I'm going to start with you. Ready?
All right.
I'm going to start with you.
Get over with.
This movie dropped in 1984, and they made a couple of them. When you see the picture, okay, that they group picture together, if you look at the guy to the far right, he'd be, I guess, the far right. You look at him, you'll probably be able to guess the movie. Other than that, it might be a little bit tough. Okay, so here's the picture of them at the reunion.
Oh my goodness. Is this Revenge of the Nerds?
Revenge of the Nerds. Very good. Revenge of the Nerds. Very impressive.
Right.
Very impressive. Very
yes.
impressive. That's the one I was like, I don't know if they're going to get that one. That might be a tough one.
Scott Ian from Anthrax threw me off.
Yeah, he jumped in that picture. That's why I was trying to get him out, but he jumped in that picture for a picture in that thing. All right. So, Dave, this one you should be able to get because one of the main actors in there, you'll see him and you'll be like, okay, I got this one. And I believe this was actually one of your favorite movies, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember hanging out with you and you were a big fan of this movie. So 1999, it dropped. So I got a little bit, because I couldn't go back, so I had to figure out what I was going to do. But 1999 just dropped. And they've made a bunch of sequels of this movie. So this one should be pretty easy.
Oh, Matrix.
The Matrix. Very good.
The softball one.
That was an easy one. Yeah, there's a couple of easy ones now I'm starting to get out there. All right, Rob, this one is for you now. This one dropped in 1994. All right. This actually helped sort of one of the actors in this movie, his career was kind of at a low, but it's kind of brought his career back up in 1994. So here is the picture.
Oh, this Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, very, very good. Very good. Pulp Fiction.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, all right, Dave. This one dropped in 1983. Okay. The one actor, as soon as you see him, he's the main focus, because if you get him, you'll know the whole movie. All right. 1983. Here you go.
Oh, yeah. Al Pacino.
Oh.
Al Pacino. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Oh, Scarface. No, Scarface.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Scarface is correct. Scarface is correct.
I like how you backed into that one.
He was Uncle Fester.
Yeah. That was a good one. You got that one. I was like, wow, you got that one. I'll give you one more. This is kind of another easy softball toss one. This one dropped in 1983, but they made a few of them. One of them has a holiday special. So you guys will probably get this one very easily when I show you this picture.
Oh.
You got it? Who wants to name it?
It's Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. Yes. Vacation movies. Yes. Well, very good, Rob. You guys hit him out the park today.
Jeez, I could sleep tonight.
We should ask some of the people sending questions to send us in some pictures and some suggestions, see if they can get us.
You know, I'm going to see if I'm going to ask that when I do that, when I post it up, and see if they can do that. So I'm going to ask that in the when I post it.
If we start getting spoke that we can't do that.
No, cut it out. No more.
All right, guys. Great show again. I will see you guys next week. Like, subscribe, everything. If you have questions, send it to the email, josepatayanks@gmail.com. We will see you guys next week. Talk to you guys.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand Podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.